Yes, welcome back to the Sports Show. Like herding sheep at the moment. These two Port Adelaide blokes got nothing else to talk about. We need to get over to the Southern Footy League. It's about to start July 11th. The Prez, Craig Warman, joins us as always. Craig, how are you?
Good, boys. How are you? Safe distancing, all good, looking good?
That's what it's all about.
Right.
Yeah.
You could be a bit further away.
I don't be like that, Ben. It's been a long time. I've missed that.
Craig, you've had a really tough sort of 9 months. I mean, first of all, we talked about the Hallett Cove, and you've done a wonderful job there to get that back on track. And I know you put your heart and soul into that. It was fantastic. And then, of course, coronavirus, and that would have really knocked the Southern League around. And you've got that going in a few weeks' time. So first of all, congratulations. But it's been a pretty tough journey for the last half a year or so.
Oh yeah, but it's been tough for everyone.
Yeah.
We're pretty proud of what we've been able to do down there. Certainly with the Cove Footy Club, getting them back to the Cove where they belong.
Yeah.
And from there, of course, a bit like with the SANFL, we've had to bide our time with. Yes, we started like everybody else, then we were cut off, etc., etc. But I'm really proud of the way our clubs have embraced the challenge and the change that we're going to see around our sort of footy for quite a while, I would think. With the COVID situation, they've got a checklist, certain protocols have to be in place, etc., etc. And our clubs have done it really, really well. And I'm really proud of the way they've been able to do that. But it's not only ours, but a lot of country leagues around South Australia, because as you know, out in the country, footy's just
Struggling.
Really
struggling.
But it also is a really good binding factor for the community, and with what we've been able to achieve, and the other leagues in South Australia, is terrific for footy in South Australia.
Mate, 142 teams will play on July 11th and 12th, men, women and the juniors.
Yep.
I mean, with all the COVID things that are in place, how difficult to get all the clubs to be supportive of the protocols?
Oh, well, we basically, right from day one, when the protocols came out, the situation was, if you want to do this, we'll support you 100%. But these are the protocols you must have in place. You then have to provide a copy of that, your protocol plan, to the league for endorsement. If you don't tick off all the boxes, you don't get our approval to go and train. Yeah. So all of our clubs did embrace that. We went down around, had inspections at the various clubs, etc. So there was a lot of work done behind the scenes. But to our club's credit, they've all done the right thing, and now they're going to reap the rewards by playing at least half a season.
Yep.
My question, what season are we looking at here, mate? How many games? This is going to be a shortened dash for the cash, isn't it, really?
It is going to be a shortened season, but we're able to get a 9-game season.
Okay.
Yep.
So virtually a complete half a season.
Wow.
Instead of a top 5, we'll do a top 4. So it makes it a little bit harder. So a little bit of glory at the end if you're able to make the finals. Our grand final will conclude on about the 26th of September, before the long weekend in October.
Okay.
I'm really confident that with the way things have progressed to this stage, really looking forward to June 11 July 11 to kick it off.
What about financially? I mean, obviously it's tough for all clubs, and I was part of Hallett Cove, and I know how hard we had to work to raise money, and it was pretty tough to get sponsorship.
Pay the coach.
Pay the coach. A premiership coach, by the way.
Yeah.
How hard has it been for the league and the clubs to balance all of the
Well, we're make no bones about it. We're the same as everybody else. We've got a really good group of sponsors that back the Southern Footy League. Our clubs have got really good sponsors, and to their credit, they've stayed on board with the clubs, knowing. And I think the really important thing here to digest is when you look at, again, it was a stop-start scenario, but the really big factor was everybody wanted to know, we know you want to play, but can you give us a start date?
Yeah.
And we just couldn't get that start date. Now that we've been able to give them a start date, it's like Christmas morning. Everybody has taken off the wrappers. Everyone's really keen to go, and can't wait.
Mate, crowds at the game, any restrictions, or it's going to be okay?
We're still at 300 at this stage. I think that'll increase to 500. But then from there, changing face, of course, each week. But I would suggest by the time we actually go and kick a footy on July 11, we'd almost be back to open slather for our standard of footy.
Yeah, can I ask you about the Cove, mate? Because I know that's a while ago and whatever. It was a huge thing last year. But is that settled down? Is that now okay? Are you still getting some feedback?
Oh, look, there's still some work to be done in that space. But the good part is the Cove are back at playing there. We're in the process of working through a long-term lease for them with the council. Can't do too much because there are council elections coming up. So there may be a whole group of new people in the council that we'll have to work with. So watch this space is all I can say. But we've got our finger on the pulse. We know where we need to be to assist the Cove Footy Club.
Yeah. Everyone coached now. All the coaches are in place. Everything.
All ready to go.
All clubs I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
Everyone's ready. Yeah. I bet there's a lot of itchy footballers out there, mate.
There'd be a few. There would be a few.
I wouldn't like to be.
What about the juniors? I mean, the juniors. I know
you.
you have a lot to do in putting everything in place there. I mean, that's always a very exciting competition in the Southern League. They must be itching.
Yeah, well, and again, the good part is, from our perspective, it'll be all grades. We've introduced a new under-11 girls competition. So the girls will have under-11s, under-14s, under-17s and senior women. So from 2 grades, under-14s and seniors 2 years ago, we've now got 2 extra grades of women. Our mini league, our 8s, 10s and 12s, what we call our mini leaguers, mate, there's over nearly 100 of those going to be running around on Sunday morning. So yeah, it's really, really good. It's really good. And of course, our normal Saturday, we've got our 13s, 15s, 17Rs, Bs and As, topped up with C grade on Sunday as well, and 14s and 16 boys
Look
as well.
forward to that.
All right,
Yeah.
July 11th, boys. July
happening.
11th, Southern Footy League. It's back Saturday and Sunday. All teams are playing. Get down there and support your team. As always, Craig, great to have you on, mate.
Thanks, gentlemen.
See you, mate.
Stay with us. Still plenty to come.